Hello and welcome to Echoes of Becoming with the phenomenal Eloho. In today's episode, we're talking about focus, discipline, and the making of a winner. Some people walk through life stumbling on success. Others are deliberate, focused, and disciplined. My guest today is the latter. He embodies focus, discipline, and excellence. And at under 25, he holds a first-class degree. He excelled at law school, the Nigerian law school, in one sitting. He's currently pursuing his master's, and he was recently called to bar. His story will inspire and will be a roadmap for any young person who would like to achieve their dreams. Welcome, Mudiaga. I'm so glad to have you in the studio today.
Pleasure is also mine. Thank you, Eloho.
Welcome. So tell us about yourself. Who is Mudiaga behind the titles of a lawyer and a scholar?
Mudiaga is a normal guy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I love to play football, watch football, love listening to music.
Okay.
Recently been listening to Amapiano. I like to travel. I went to France a few months ago.
Amazing.
I go for concerts. I have a huge interest in the news and Nigerian politics, so I'm always watching. I don't speak on it, but I always watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a little bit about myself.
I love it.
I'm a family man too.
I know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you walk us through your journey from your first degree to call to bar? No, first of all to law school and then to call to bar, right?
Yeah. My first degree, first of all, I went to university in the UK.
Yeah.
At a university called the University of Birmingham. So Russell Group School is in Birmingham. I think it's the best school in the city.
You will say that because you went there.
Yeah,
I'm sure there are
on
other
the
ones.
ranking. There's someone on the rankings is there.
Okay.
We talk with facts, yeah.
I love it.
We talk with facts, yeah. But it's a very good school. Birmingham is a lovely city. So I did law actually by mistake. I went to the UK with the intention of studying economics.
Okay.
But I wasn't good at math, and my math grades were not things that could qualify them to giving me to study maths at college level. So I just decided to go on with law.
Okay.
And I think I don't regret that. And at university, I started off very slow because there was a jump in the fact that I was independent. Usually at university, at secondary school, at least in Nigeria, or at college in the UK, I was spoon-fed. Do your work. If you don't do your work, they report it to your parents, blah, blah, blah. But at university, it's you. You go to class, you don't go to class, you
Nobody
eat.
reminds you.
Nobody does anything. You just see an email one day, your attendance is 5%.
Oh my God.
And if you don't listen, they'll deport you or kick you out.
Nobody wants that.
If you fail twice, they kick you out. Like certain rules that you just can't, and no one is there to protect you.
Yeah.
So, that
you just define what you want.
That was a huge learning curve for me. And obviously, I was still young. I still am, but I was 17 at the time when I got into university.
Okay.
And I did not understand that. For me, it was just school. But like, there's a reason why it's called higher institution, because it's the highest level of education, or it's amongst the highest level of education that a human being can encounter.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of commitment and consistency to finish.
Yeah.
Because it's, number one, is 3 years. So 3 years of studying, 3 years of doing assessments, 3 years of being of proper behavior. And
3 years in the UK, but in Nigeria it's 5 years, right?
I mean, it depends on the course. In the UK, some courses are 4 years, some courses are 6 years, like medicine.
Okay.
So then I finished from university. I took a bit of a gap and I did my national service. I started my service the month I came back to Nigeria. This was November 2022.
Okay.
And I started NYSC. I felt like it was okay, like, because I lived in the hostel in Nigeria when I was in secondary school. So it was nothing new to me. But it was evident that I was from abroad. So people people knew that, okay, this guy is not from here, even though I tried my absolute best to not do
Were there
that.
things you did differently?
I think it was the first thing, I know that as shallow as it is, it was the fact that I was using an iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Okay, and it wasn't common at the time.
It wasn't common at the time.
Okay.
Some of the ways, the way I pronounced words.
Okay.
Yes. And I was sweating a lot. Nobody was sweating like me.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it was things just were like crazy for me.
Yeah.
Then during NYSC, I wanted to go for my master's. I realized I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. I want to go back to the UK. But I had to complete it. So I served in an insurance company, and I got an offer from University College London and King's College. University College London is top 10 in the world. It's also a Russell Group, King's College Russell Group, for a master's in law. But my dad wasn't too keen on me going to those schools. I don't know, something about him wanted a better school.
Yeah.
So I decided to defer the admission, and I started Nigerian Law School.
Okay.
I went to Bar 1, which is a 3-month course you have to do in law school if you study abroad. And that was relatively easy because the information there is like university work, so it was just very repetitive. And then I had a 2-month break, and I started BAPA 2, which allows us to qualify as lawyers.
Okay.
And studying BAPA 2, it was a huge jump because of the sheer volume of information needed
I can imagine.
download. We had 100 topics to fully understand.
100
in 20 weeks.
Wow.
So
that's no joke.
Yeah, so it's a lot of readings, and we always at university we were taught to prepare ahead of class, but you could still get away with not preparing for class, preparing after for the exam, or if you had coursework. But with this one is one time exams, 1 week, all exams. I had not written exams since foundation. So prior to 2025, I had not written a physical exam since for a school setting since 2019. So it was very, very tough for me, and I knew that I would be able to do it because I had done it for so many years before that.
This is Echoes of Becoming, where stories of growth, faith, and resilience find their voice.
Okay, so you said you wanted to study economics, but you weren't good at maths and you switched to law. I love that you do not have any regrets. But you see, a lot of people want to study something, or in life generally want to do something, and when it looks like they are failing or will not be able to cope, they get discouraged and either just stop or force it to continue, and then they fail down the road. It becomes like a big regret, you know. But for you don't have any regrets, and that's amazing. But what do you think about that? About people? How did you even just decide? Did you discuss it with someone to say you're not good at maths and you don't think you can cope with economics, or it was a decision you took by yourself?
It was a decision that was made for me.
Was it difficult to make that decision?
No, it wasn't difficult to make that decision. It was a decision that was made for me. I think that's one thing I like about the UK and the educational system is sometimes, especially with private schools, they look at the individual and see their capacity.
Okay.
So with me, they saw that with math I was a bit shaky. So they decided to put me on the business and law pathway. So I decided to just focus on law. Because of my work, math, and my math grades at secondary school for my transcript, it's not as if I was bad, but I was average. And study economics, there's a high level of math that you need to know.
Yes, definitely.
So they just saw that, will he be able to cope with that? No, and decided to just say, okay, we'll scrap math.
Because they say the higher you go, the hotter it becomes.
Yeah.
And at this level, you were already shaky.
Yeah. So
I love that.
And I'm very happy because I noticed that even up to now, I still struggle with mathematics. So it's okay.
Well, we're good.
Yeah, we're good now.
We've been called to bar, and that's what matters.
Thank you.
Your story matters.
I've seen people who had to do law school twice, 3 times, 4 times, and they don't succeed. How are you able to just prepare, go through all the stress, and then come out?
What I did first was, before I went to law school, I sought advice from people.
Okay.
So I reached out to people on LinkedIn, And I reached out. I had a few friends who had been to law school, so I reached out to them,
Okay.
asked for their advice on how to do well. I think I spoke to at least 20 people throughout
At least
the course.
20 people.
Yeah, on the course of, and I met up with the best graduating student in 2014, best graduating student in 2019 or 2020, second best graduating student in 2024.
Were they people you knew already?
I did not know them at all.
It was from
and nobody
LinkedIn.
gave me a referral. I met 2014 at an event, at a career event, and the others were from LinkedIn.
Wow.
So I reached out to them, and they were very helpful and supportive in their approach. I still maintain very close ties with the 2024 one. We had lunch recently, and that was the first thing I did to navigate. And then I set in a structure because I struggled at first with understanding how to approach the volume. So I tried to cut things down in bits and bits. And then during the extension period where we had a break from classes, I toned down on making sure that I studied all the content, or I tried to study all the content, so that by the time classes start, I would not be struggling to understand what my goal.
How did you just think about going into LinkedIn to contact those people? Because I'm used to seeing people who say they want to meet this person, they want to meet so and so, or do such and such and such, but they want someone to hold their hands and take them there. But you made the move all by yourself.
Okay,
how did you just
let me tell you how I think. I just thought about how this habit entered my head.
Yeah.
When I was at University of Birmingham, my first year. My first year grades, if you look at my transcript, there's a huge gap in my first year grades and my second and final year.
Okay.
And this is because in my second and final year, I started approaching people who had already been through the years to give me advice, where they were sometimes even giving me their notes and exam tips or essay tips for various courses that I picked with them. And one day I went to play football, and after the trials, one of the people I played football with, he was in the year above at the University of Birmingham on the same course. And he told me he will pay for if I wanted to buy his notes, and they were like £10. I was like, why is this guy just selling me notes for £10? Like, it's nothing. Like, this is cheap. It was cheap to me. Like, okay, cool. What are these notes? I look at these notes and I'm like, this is gold.
Wow.
These notes are gold. Like, these notes can save someone's life. So this thing that I'm paying £50 for a whole year's worth of notes, I was happy. I shared the notes with my friends.
Okay.
And all of us all got first class.
Wow.
Yes.
Basically, you had people lead you.
Yes.
And you had to go looking for them.
Yeah.
I think that's very outstanding. That's very outstanding. And young people don't have to wait. When I look at someone like you, okay, we'll get there, but you have people, you're surrounded by people who can actually connect you to people you need at different stages in your life. But I love the fact that you can go all out for yourself to get what you want. That's really, really outstanding.
And I apply to almost everything I want to do now. I reach out to someone who has done it before. And for example, I got the NDDC scholarship, that's Niger Delta Development Commission scholarship. And with that scholarship, it's for people who want to study abroad for their master's or postgraduate, master's or PhD abroad. And I had not seen anyone who had gotten the scholarship online. That was a huge challenge for me. So luckily, one day I was just on my laptop and my friend told me that she knew someone had that PA. So I spoke to the PA, and the PA gave me advice, but I still wasn't satisfied. So I went online and I searched NDDC exam prep material, and I saw one dodgy website. The website looked so like as if they were going to scam me if I bought the material. But I said, let me just take a risk, just 3,000 naira. So sometimes curiosity pays.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Don't quote me and put your money everywhere. So I just said, let me buy this material.
Yes.
Paid 3,000 for the material, and I got a huge load of past papers. And I was like, wow, some of these questions align with what that guy gave me. He gave me 7 questions. These were about 200 questions that I paid for. So it was helpful. And then when I bought that, I got added to a group chat of people who, and I was like, wow, so there's so many people who are
Also
doing
wanting
this.
the
So
same
you remember just one move, which my friend introducing me to her dad's PA
Yes.
has built a whole thing, and I wanted more. You needed a reference letter from senator.
Okay.
So I just started calling on my uncles to know if they knew any
Any
top Delta State stakeholders that could help me. Give me the senator's number, reached out to him. I told my dad to just do it on my behalf, but reached out to him and he was very accommodating.
You know what? I love the fact that you know how to go all out for what you want. And that's so profound. Every young person should be able to do that. Have a goal, have a dream, desire what you want and go for it. That's really profound. And I love that you also went to Google. You know, a lot of answers are online. So you went to Google and you took a risk. You said it looked like the site didn't look trusted, but you took the risk. Sometimes we should take risks, but not all the time. But I think you're very sound-minded, or is that the word to use? Yeah, calculated. I love it though. I love that you could take that risk and you got what you wanted. So, Mudiaga, you are known for acing whatever you set your heart to do. Can you tell us how you're able to set your goals and strategies to achieve them?
Yeah, of course. So when I set a goal, I don't have too many goals most of the time.
Okay.
I try and focus on 1 to 3 things at a time. I don't like
1 to 3 or one thing?
Preferably one thing.
Okay.
But nowadays it's 1 to 3. But ideally, the only thing you should be focusing on is one thing at a time. But at a point, you have to multitask.
Yeah.
How I set my goals, first thing I write them down, then I put a Bible verse attached to each goal. It could be, for example, I want to get a distinction in this course.
Yes.
I write the name of the course, write the grade I want, and put a Bible verse. Usually always Proverbs 16:3 or Philippians 4:13.
What do they say?
Philippians 4:13 is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And Proverbs 16:3 is commit your plans to the Lord and they shall succeed.
I think that's really profound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So putting the scriptures side by side.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
So that's how I do. Then
and it works all the time or sometimes?
You know, you won't always achieve all your goals. Like sometimes you might overachieve, sometimes you might underachieve.
Yes.
But like with that system in place, you might be able to achieve something. And then apart from writing it down, you have to actually act. Action is the most important thing. All this planning, you could plan.
And then you
but
don't
if you don't act, nothing is going to happen.
There.
So I try and make sure that the first thing I do when I wake up, apart from maybe praying, is working on those goals.
Yes.
So those goals are a priority every single day. And I try to do them first thing in the morning. I might not
do you set goals on a daily basis?
I set them, it depends on, there's always, I have a long-term perspective where I have a 10-year plan.
Yes.
But this 10-year plan is broken into different bits and bobs. So right now, I'm 3 years into my 10-year plan. Where I wanted to be a qualified lawyer in one country, then do this and do this and do this.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I do.
Thank you.
That shows that you're very mindful of time.
Yeah.
And you manage time well. I can already just tell. I love that you can add scriptures. You know, I think this thing is about believing in what you want, believing in yourself. And of course, because you're a Christian, you believe in God and you can add His word to back up your plans and your goals. That's so amazing. So how do you deal with distractions? Or do you ever get distracted? Even with certain goals, you know, one could be distracted. There are a lot of distractions around the world today. There's so much noise. Someone said it's a war of words or something about attention. There's something calling you here. Somebody's saying,
attention is.
So how do you?
Attention is the biggest currency right now.
Yeah.
So once you understand that your attention is very valuable, you would try and be mindful of that and protect your attention and feed it to only things that will protect you. Feed it to things that will be productive for you. And once you realize that, it's fine. That's what I always try and do. So to deal with my distractions, it could be concerts, going to watch a football game, going for a party, going out to just see this friend, being on a call with this person, FaceTime, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I practice this thing. I try my best, not perfect, but called delayed gratification,
I love
where
that.
the things that I really like to do, I pause them for later because they'll always be there.
They will always be there.
There are only
True.
certain things that would not always be there for you to do, but those things are, unfortunately, life has a way of making you be available for those things most of the time, at least. So I just have a lot of delayed gratification, and usually what I do is I go for marathons of work where I would work for like 3 months, and I'm not really going out as much. I'm not really doing things that I usually would like to do for that period. And then when there's a small break, because you don't really need too many big breaks, maybe like a week, I just have all the fun I want to have, forget work, and I just kind of refreshes me.
It all boils down to you practicing delayed gratification.
Yeah.
And that matters. So it's so important, not just for young people, for everyone, because most times people want the profit now. People want the result now. But if you learn to delay gratification, you do yourself a whole lot of good and achieve just about anything. So Mudiaga, can you tell us about a day in your life? What does a day in your life look like?
Okay. There are different phases to a day in my life.
Maybe a week, 2, a month, but well, a day in your life.
Yeah, there are different phases. So I would say for a very productive day in my life, usually when I'm in school or at work, I would wake up early, 6, 7, go for a run or exercise, and sometimes try and reply messages.
Do you take water first thing in the morning?
Nah, no, that's ritual.
I do.
Stuff.
I love it.
I'm not against it, but I'm just
I just asked. It's fine.
Unless if I'm thirsty, fine. But I try and pray. Try and call my mom and dad in the morning, because usually during the day I don't have time to call people. That's when things start getting busy. So I don't really speak to people that much during the day. Unless we cross paths physically. And so I go do that. I do work. It could be replying emails, drafting documents, doing an essay, studying, whatever I'm told to do. Do that for the first few hours of the day, the most important ones at least. Then take a bit of a break, eat, and once I'm eating, I'm watching Netflix or I'm watching a YouTube, maybe cartoon. So I'm very chill. Don't do all that grind kind of vibe. Then sometimes I now get distracted and I want to call my friends, speak to them on the phone for hours. Then I get back to work. And usually, if it's a study day, if it's close to exam period, sometimes I can leave the library at 12 a.m. And I'll be back up at 6, get to the library at 9, 10. But if it's like a chiller period, I'll leave school at like 6, 7, 8, 9. So it just depends on the situation.
Basically, your mornings are the most important.
My mornings are the most important.
For me too, it's my mornings. If I miss it in the morning, my day just goes whoosh. So I try to get things sorted in the morning before the distractions and everything comes. So can you tell us what mindset shift helps you when it looks like things are tough?
Okay, so whenever things are tough or I'm going through a period where I'm facing a lot of challenges with achieving what I need to achieve, I just try and remind myself as much as possible about the goal. And I know I'm very aware of how life is where there are tough times. So it's just about you being, I call myself a dog, not D-O-G-O, D-A-W-G. And why I say that is because people who are called dogs are those people who are very relentless and they push through a lot of adversity. So I feel like my life has been like that since I was born, where I've always had to overcome challenges. And whenever I just, it's another challenge,
you ace it.
I'll head boot it.
You head boot it. I love it. I love it.
I'll give it the headbutt. And I just sometimes, almost like I said, I'm not a madman, but sometimes when it's very tough and challenging, I just start laughing. Like I'll start laughing at the situation, like, you want to win me, something like that. And
then you remember your name, D-A-W-G.
I'm a dog, man.
Do you have a name you call yourself when things get tough?
So then sometimes if I want to be very not extreme, but I look in the mirror once I'm showering and I'll be like, yeah, you got this. Like
You've got this.
Oh yeah, you got this. You have to actually speak.
And you know that thing really works.
You have to speak positively.
Yes.
You must speak positively. You have to speak positively. The words that come out of your mouth should not be
so
negative.
important. I do that
Especially
thing a
about
lot.
yourself.
Yes.
And if anybody says anything about you that doesn't align with you, just say God
Debunk
forbid.
it. That's it.
God forbid.
I do that a lot. I look in the mirror and I talk to myself. I don't say it in my heart. I voice print those words. So even when things are tough, I tell myself you've got this. This will pass. Troubles don't last always and all that. Amazing. I love it. And I think if you're watching, if you're listening, you can do that because challenges will come. Tough times will come, but you can always just tell yourself that this is not going to last forever. This is not your destination. This is not where you're actually going. And then maybe you can have a name like he does that you call yourself. Remind yourself where you're going. Remind yourself what you want and just go do it.
And time will pass where you'd actually get past. Because I remember with law school, in December, I wanted to give up and drop out. Well, imagine if I did that.
Was it getting too tough?
It was getting very tough. It was very peak for me. And also, my cousin passed a week before my exams. I could have easily decided to forget about it. And but I just decided to write the exams and all.
Yeah.
And you just have to thought everything out.
When I look at how much success you've made, it's kind of difficult to believe that you go through those down times. But I think everyone does in life. You know, some things are inevitable, but you just have to go through them.
A lot of things are inevitable. You should not allow your emotions or external surroundings
come in the way.
affect your progress and productivity.
That's right.
It's hard,
Yeah.
But unless you are not physically sick, you can control your mind.
Okay, I know quite a number of young people who are very brilliant but lack focus and discipline. What would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
If you're a very brilliant individual and you lack focus, I would say
focus and discipline.
Focus and discipline.
Yes.
I would say you should try and tell yourself the truth and assess the risk of not achieving what you need to achieve and how you'd feel. So just imagine a scenario where you didn't get what you want and how you'd feel, how it make you feel. I think that will stir up an emotion. Like just sit down and think. You don't really need all the time in the world to think about it, but I think 2 to 5 minutes of just sitting down and thinking, what if I don't do this? How would my life be negatively affected? And how will I react to those situations? Yeah. And then that's for the decision to be disciplined. And then just try your best to act. Whenever you have an idea on something that's productive for you, just try and do it as quickly as possible. Take the right action. Yeah.
I love it. Take the right action. Tell yourself the truth. Ask yourself some questions. What would you say to young people? You are young, but younger people, you've achieved some level of success that they desire to attain.
Yeah.
So what would you say to them? How can they set themselves up for success? Because I really think you have a success system in your life that works. So can you share your success system, or just generally speak to younger people who desire to achieve their dreams and their goals? How can they set themselves up for success?
Set yourself up for success is, first of all, what I always do is speak to people who are successful. That way you have direct contact with the success that you're trying to look at.
Yeah.
And especially if it's in your particular area or whatever you're trying to achieve, you speak to people who have already achieved that. And that way you're one step closer to it. And you have an idea of what they did to achieve that success. Then you take their advice and you act on it. Yeah. I would say speak to people and act on the advice that they give you.
Yeah. So basically, have mentors.
Have mentors,
because whatever you're desiring, there's always someone who has achieved it.
Yeah, I used to think that for a lot of things that I want to do, nobody has done it. But if you think about it,
somebody has walked the path.
Somebody has done everything.
Something, even if it's not exactly the same. You may have new ideas, or somebody has walked the path. You are just coming with maybe some new innovations. So that's it. Talk to someone, get a mentor, follow someone that has the path. I always feel like when you want to achieve something, you're on a journey, you're on a road, an existing road or an existing path, and someone has gone through it. So you can always find them, and then they'll shine their light on you, so you can pass through. Because at the time you're thinking about it or desiring it, it's a dark path, literally, but you can find that mentor or that person that has walked through, and they'll shine their light on you. You are not just brilliant, but I know you to be very respectful, and you have natural leadership qualities. Where did that come from?
Okay, it came from my parents, actually.
Okay.
My parents are very heavy on respect, and not just my parents, my surrounding people, the family I come from.
Okay.
It's very heavy on respect and treating people as equally as possible.
Yeah.
So, that's where it comes from, to be honest.
I love it. So what would you just say to younger people? I think you have a success system that works. And actually, Mudiaga should be studied. Mudiaga should be. I don't know of anything you have ever thought of doing that didn't come out good. I don't know. Maybe there are, but I've always seen you as this person who
the big
thinks
things,
about
the most important things. They always work out.
Yes.
By the grace of God.
Yes. But anyway, can you just briefly share your success system so that younger people who would like to achieve their dreams or who look at you as a mentor or want to be like you someday could follow those steps?
Most important thing, I just try, as I said before, I make sure that I understand the consequences of not achieving my goals, and I constantly remind myself of what I need to do.
There was something you said the other day, sorry, it was about risk and reward.
As I said to you in one of our conversations long time ago, I look at the risk reward system to everything. Okay, for example, I had an internship this summer, and the application form for that was 250 words, which is like an hour of just thinking and just writing. You can even use AI to write it, and then you just fill a form and submit them. Now, I've gotten 6 weeks worth of experience and a lot of money working in a huge law firm in London. Imagine if I didn't send that application. It's easy. There's a huge reward system from that thing. And now the risk of me not doing that is I have no legal experience, I have no money for summer, and I have no understanding of how my future is going to go. So there's a huge risk to not sending out that application. So sometimes you have to weigh what would happen, and I constantly remind myself on my phone wallpaper, because I use my phone a lot, on my laptop, or even on your wall, something that you always see or walk past. Make sure that it reminds you of things you need to achieve. And that's what I do. I try to remind myself constantly of things I need to achieve. In my old rooms when I was in school, on my wall, I would have my goals and things I need to achieve. And on my phone.
Is it like a vision board?
Or yes, something like a vision board. It could be a vision board, as long as it's written down and it's on display where it can be easily seen and read. And also on my phone. Wallpaper sometimes are the goals I need to achieve.
I really like that one of phone because we use our phones all the time.
Imagine you're constantly reminded.
Yes.
Apply for this, or write this, try this, try this.
So that's like a wallpaper.
You know that there's always something that you need to do, even if you're not doing it. But you know that, okay, if I don't do this, I'm messed up.
I was going to ask you, Mudiaga, do you have a social life? Do you have friends? Do you go out? Because you seem to work a lot. You seem to just go, work hard. Do you have friends? Do you go out? Do you have a social life?
I have a very social life.
Okay.
I think I work hard, but I think I even play harder sometimes.
Really?
Yes. But I don't play hard too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep play for times where I need to play, or I don't have anything doing. I don't like going out or doing things when there's absolutely no need to do it.
Yeah.
But I also, another thing I wanted to say earlier is I don't really believe in balance, work-life balance, where if you want to achieve something, I don't really believe in work-life balance. But if you
Why not?
Because if you're trying to achieve something that's huge, right, you need to go through a period where you're only engraved in that thing. So all the people that are preaching for, you have to go out every weekend and you go to work, I talk to you. You don't have to do those things.
I think so too.
Yeah, there has to be a
think
period
so.
where you isolate yourself and you actually just do what you're meant to do to achieve that one thing.
Yeah.
And before you know, you take care of other things. On
I
the side.
absolutely
Yeah.
agree with you. But that should come in another conversation.
Yeah.
This has been an amazing conversation. And Mudiaga, thank you so much for all that you've shared. If you were listening, I'm sure you learned one or two things. For me, there was a lot to learn. Even though I'm older and I have maybe some more experiences than you, but there's been a lot, going all out for yourself, setting your goals, believing in yourself, telling yourself the truth, voice printing your beliefs, and then surrounding yourself with the right people. Thank you very much for being in the studio.
Thank you very much, Aloha.
We look forward to having you again sometime because there's still a lot you have to share. And we're going to bring down your success system because so many people need to learn about it.
Okay, can't wait to be on the show next time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share. See you in another episode.